All right.
All right. Hello, MadameDefarge. How are you? It's
Hi.
so good to be with you today.
It's good to be here with you today. I've been very excited about this, and I feel honored to be coming after Marcus and ADT. This is
Awesome.
very cool stuff.
Hey, thanks. I'm honored to be with you today. Thank you for joining us in the spirit of building leftist unity, strength, and power. We've invited you here to share your story, some life tips, and of course, take the questionnaire. We all have fun with that. And
Excuse me.
let's just sort of go ahead and dig in. Let's do this. I'd love to ask, where are you now? Excuse me. I'd love to ask, where are you now? What are you up to? Where can people find you? What's your story?
Well, you can find me on Twitch, and I do have a Twitter, although I'm really, really bad at Twitter. I mostly go on to see what you and Bo have posted lately. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But and I'm on the Patreons.
Yay.
So my focus there is on writing, whether you want to read my writing or you want help with your writing. So yeah, that's my where. Other than that, I'm in the Northeast United States. That's as close as you can get.
Yeah. Oh, I love the Northeast. It's been a while since I've been there. I miss it dearly.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Then let's ask you MadameDefarge, Vivian Roy. I'm sorry. Is it Vivian, or you prefer Vivian and Vivian Roy?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Whatever.
So MadameDefarge, Vivian Roy. Hey, what's grinding your gears these days? What's on your mind, topical, in the news, etc.?
Well, I mean, I think as far as news goes, a lot of the same stuff. I'm my big focus is civil rights and discrimination. It's professionally a focus of mine as well. I was actually fortunate enough to be able to attend a fair housing and civil rights conference this past week as part of my job. So I actually got paid to listen to amazing speakers talk about what they do and how they combat various civil rights problems. So it was really moving. It was really motivating. It was really inspiring. Gave me a lot of great resources. And I know I had shared that Pops Peterson piece, the Freedom from Fear image, with you the other day when we were talking about the most recent murder. And that presentation by that artist kicked off the conference. And, so I started the conference out with tears streaming down my face. But it was really an amazing opportunity to be a part of that. And it's lit. I'm a writer. I know my words. It has lit a fire under my ass, so to speak, as far as that goes. And I didn't really know what my focus was going to be when I started streaming, and I kind of started out with games just to get comfortable with the platform, and did some React, and now I want to get more focused into teaching people how to use words effectively to get their ideas across, whether it be in writing or speaking. So that's where I'm at.
Beautiful. Let's continue chatting about your leftward bound journey, MadameDefarge. So this is where we get to talk about your pathway to the left. If you like, you can self-identify your politics, your ideology. You don't have to. How about we start with that?
Yeah. So, really, really early on in life. So my parents, they're not now, but when I was growing up, they were conservative Republicans. I spent a great deal of my youth at Republican fundraising events, which is kind of odd, but I've always been involved in politics, right? And then my best friend growing up, her father is from Ireland, and he was very politically active and outspoken, and I spent a lot of time hearing about politics and activism, and he would bring us to, anti-apartheid rallies and stuff like that. I mean, I'm old, so that was still a thing back then. And my older sister is significantly older than me. She's very far left as well. So they kind of helped push me left. And I mean, I've always been leftist. I just didn't know there was a word for it until probably 6 months ago. And I don't know, I'm not super well versed in all the various, what's the word I'm looking for? Again, this is why I'm a writer, is because I can pause and
Exactly.
think of the right word.
Yeah.
So streaming is definitely a challenge myself because I have memory gaps. I also had a TBI a few years ago. So there's some gaps in there every once in a while. But, I haven't, read a lot of Marx. I haven't read a lot of theory. But I know that I believe in, like ADT was saying, the four pillars, the basic rights of humans: housing, healthcare, food, shelter, the basics, and we all need to take care of each other. I've always believed in that, and so now I identify as a leftist. I don't, like I said, I don't know enough to say I'm a Marxist, or I'm definitely would consider myself socialist in that I believe in taking care of each other, and pooling resources and helping those who need it when they need it. I definitely have had a lot of advantages in my life. Not to say that I haven't had some real shitstorms in my life, but and struggled a lot. But I also inherently have a lot of advantages, as a white woman who wasn't in education, even though I fucked it up the first time around. So it's my responsibility to make sure that I keep speaking up for the people who can't or don't have the resources to. So hopefully that answered the question.
I think so. Let's go ahead and ask if we can dig in any more, if there's anything that you'd like to point out, aspects of politics or leftist theory, anything else, your personal experiences, other experiences by others that helped pull your heart and mind to the left.
Yeah. General thoughts on politics and leftism, and I see it as a spectrum, right? I don't see political ideologies as a series of chopped up categories that are each mutually exclusive. So I've been trying to avoid labels to an extent more recently. And I've been trying to avoid using the words lib and liberal as derogatory terms, just because I don't want to alienate viewers or people, not just on stream, but people who they may be on the path to leftism but don't know it yet. Conservatives are beyond my reach. I'll leave that to Bo. But liberals are at least pointed in the right direction. And I identified as a liberal before I knew what a leftist was, right? Before I knew there was any distinction. So, I don't know if I would have embraced leftism if I had, found myself in a chat room or, an environment where people were all like, oh, fucking liberals this, libs that. That might have turned me off and made me go, oh, I don't belong here. I'm going to go away now. So I try to be conscious of that. I get it. I get the frustration, and that, staying in the center isn't enough. And I totally am behind those ideas. I just, I'm about building bridges, at least to those who are closer. Mm-hmm. I can't build a bridge to the UK, but I can build a bridge to Vermont, So let's, start small. And, even in a conversation with my parents who are pretty traditional liberals, they brought me a Trust Joe yard sign.
Oh gosh.
This
Really?
made
Did you
me-
put it up?
No.
Do you still have it?
It's in the back of my car. It's just been sitting there. Actually, my mom saw it when I went to visit them recently, and she's like, "Oh, you don't have that up?" I'm like, "Oh no, I took it down after inauguration. Oh, I don't know. Sorry." But even talking with them, like when you actually get talking about the issues, they believe the same things I do. They just don't distinguish. They're just not. It's just the way it is. So I don't know. As far as being pushed left, I mean, watching, I work for a government entity and have for several years now in different capacities. I know I have shared that in the past I worked for unemployment, and it was painful, very painful to kind of be the hand that had to make the decisions of you get to eat and you don't. And I left that. Tried to do as much good as I could while I was there, but now I'm in a place where I can make change, and it's incredibly frustrating. But that continues to push me further left because I want to be more and more active. I want to be more and more outspoken. I can't officially be outspoken at the moment because of the current administration, but it's. I'm kind of focusing myself towards that. And, as far as I've also, I don't know, as far as my journey to the left, like I said, I've always kind of been there. I'm just learning more and more about the other people who've also gotten there. I feel like I'm rambling now. I don't know. I want to learn more. I want to learn more about the theory. And I do a lot of, just passive listening and listening to what, the leftist streamers who I respect, have to say, and getting an education here, my leftist education.
Okay. Just want to do a really quick pause here. Thank you again, Mark Monkey. Thank you to Mark Monkey for the raid. If you're with me, make sure you're following my friend, Mark Monkey. We'll be chatting with Mark at about 2 p.m. my time,
Hi,
Central
Raiders.
Time. And hello, Raiders. Good to be with you. I'm chatting with MadameDefarge, whom you should also follow. All right, MadameDefarge. So I think that wraps up that portion of our leftward bound discussion. Unless there's anything you wanted to throw in there?
No, I don't think so.
Beautiful. So now I get to ask you to hashtag be best. MadameDefarge, be best. I don't really care, do you? But if you had the chance to go back in time and teach a younger version of yourself life or political, ideological shortcuts, what might you do if given an opportunity like that?
I've been thinking about this question.
Okay.
I would tell myself that you do not have to give everyone a chance. Sometimes it's okay to judge people and not let them into your life. Trust your instincts. And there was a time in my life when I really thought that everybody deserved a chance to have a voice. And although theoretically that sounds like a wonderful thing, Nazis, skinheads, people like that, sorry, I'm not that good of a person. I'm just not. Trust your instincts. Don't let everybody have a place in your head or in your life just because you're trying to be inclusive. That's my advice to young me.
That's wonderful advice. Excellent advice, MadameDefarge. So, well, Vivian Roy, this takes us to the Leftist Inquisition. Everyone loves this part. It's the questionnaire. So, are you ready to go? Do we need a moment?
I'm ready.
All right,
I'm ready.
I think I need some delicious coffee.
Coffee's good. Coffee is life.
So good. Every day. Okay. So, MadameDefarge. First question, do you have a favorite word?
Oh, man. There are so many words, right? So many fucking good words out there. I don't know. I mean, fuck is really like the everything word.
Yeah.
You know, and I know some people hate it though. I fucking love the word cunt. I just do. I started watching The Boys, and it came back into my life, and I was like, fuck yeah, yeah. I'm gonna own this word. I used to hate it, and now I'm like, nope, taking it back. I love it. Use it in every way possible. That and douche clamp. That's the best insult.
I didn't know that. Of that part, I didn't know of the douche, the clamp of the douche.
Yeah, I don't think it has one, but it's a great word.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Do you have a least favorite word?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I love words that other people hate, like moist. Maybe just because it's funny to watch other people squirm, and I'm not a nice person sometimes. But I don't know. I really I've literally spent the last week trying to think of a word that I really hate. The only word I could think of was the word bespoke.
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 What is it? Yeah, to like be well dressed or something, right?
No. So it's okay. It's a word I use a lot. I write travel articles.
Oh.
Is my second job, and it's a word people use to describe something that's handmade, basically, or made specifically for someone, like custom.
Okay.
But it's like one of those like fancy bougie words
that
somebody made up somewhere along the way, and now everybody fucking uses it for everything to make it sound fancy, and it just irritates the piss out of me. Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you.
So yeah, that's bespoke.
I actually didn't know that that's what that meant, and now I've learned something today. Yeah.
Words.
You know, I'm trying to be educational here, and this is a good one, actually. Yeah. Jokes aside. Do you, okay, so the next question is about drugs or a vice or a guilty pleasure. Do you have a favorite, or do you want to name one of each?
Well, my favorite guilty pleasure is Ben & Jerry's strawberry shortcake ice cream. Oh, yeah. There used to be a Ben & Jerry's flavor. It was one of their limited edition ones called Sweet Like Sugar. And it was like half the pint was like an almond flavored ice cream with little shortbread pieces. And the other half was like something else. I think it was just like a sweet cream ice cream with bits of cherry. And it was the best ice cream in the universe. Oh, and then it had a sugar cookie dough core. So that was the best, but they don't sell that anymore. So that's my favorite guilty pleasure as far as food goes. Favorite drug, caffeine. Weed is a close second, but I don't have the tolerance to be able to work and do stuff and use my brain after ingesting. So.
You've learned.
So yeah, I did try to stream once and was like, this is not happening. I don't know how the fuck Dan does it. I need to up my game. I can't do this. This is so pathetic. You guys, I'm out. Let's raid somebody. Somebody find me someone to raid because I don't fucking know what's going on anymore. I'm sure it was entertaining to some degree. But I was like, what? Wait, what was I doing? And I was just playing a game. Like, I wasn't even trying to, have a conversation or react. I was literally just, playing Stardew Valley. Like, my little person would be, in the garden just standing there,
What was I doing?
What was I doing? I think I was picking vegetables. But then what? So, yeah. That's my end. TV.
Yeah.
I love sci-fi. I'm a whore for sci-fi.
Yeah.
And I think Marcus earlier was talking about About hoarders. I watch hoarders
Yeah.
when my house gets messy because I am like borderline. Like I could be a hoarder in the like collecting stuff because I might need it later. Not in the mess way, right? Like not in the like dirty shit. That's just nasty. But like I have a barn. I have a barn that's like huge barn, and it's full. I mean, granted, some of the stuff isn't mine because we've had several people move in over the last few months, but still, it's a yard sale is imminent. And I grew up, I was raised by a mom who, well, both my parents grew up during World War II. And my grandmother grew up during the Depression. So they all had kids later in life. So I'm not quite as old as that would make me seem. But yeah, so it was very much this you know, that Yankee ingenuity and like you do with what you have and waste not, want not, but not in like the puritanical sense, just in the like be smart, don't throw it away if you can use it in the future. And so I still have that, and I'm like, oh, I could use that for something. I could use that for something. And I do a lot of crafts and like cosplay and stuff like that. So using, you know, having stuff around to like make into something weird and random is always handy. And every time I get rid of something, I end up needing it a couple of months later. Anyway, the point was I watch hoarders to help keep myself on the not crazy side.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Yeah, I'm not going to be that bad. I'm not going to be that bad. I do not want my children to have to clean up my house after I die. So.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. So our next question then. Yo, this is fun. Do you have a favorite sound or noise or one that you love?
The sound of the violin, even if it's being played badly.
The violin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even a badly played violin.
Even a badly played violin. Stringed instruments in general, but the violin just like hits me like right here, and I just love it. And a good violin, fiddle. I mean, doesn't matter how you what you call it. It's just beautiful, 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 and anything composed by Danny Elfman.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Danny Elfman fan.
Oh, Danny Elfman's the best ever.
That's great. I love Danny Elfman.
Do you?
Yeah.
Most people don't know who he is.
He did the Danny. He's the composer. He did the Nightmare, the fucking with the claymation. What? I'm sorry, my brain has stopped.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah.
And before that, he was the lead man in Oingo Boingo, the greatest band to ever exist.
Did he also do the? I sort of feel like he did like Home Alone as well. The sound.
I think he did.
Yeah,
he does scores.
Really good stuff. Yeah.
He does. He's done so many scores. He's just a fucking genius. And I got to meet him once, and it was the greatest day of my life.
Dude, he's so bespoke. That didn't even. I just saw it on my dictionary. I pulled it up.
I lose my headset. My headphones.
That didn't even work. Okay.
Awesome.
Hilarious. Wait, did we just did sound or what was the sound?
Violin.
Oh. The sound or noise that you love is a violin. Did we do a sound or noise that you hate? I think I hit the button. I didn't realize.
We didn't. Okay. That's okay. As cliche as it sounds, nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
Or styrofoam rubbing up against styrofoam.
Oh, yeah.
That's the worst. Those are the worst sounds I can think of.
It's like jarring.
Yeah, and just cringe. Like full body, full soul cringe.
Exactly.
Can't happen.
Ew. Yeah, it's like an ew sound. Ew.
Yeah.
Fucking ew. Next. All right, this is the reincarnation question. If you could come back as some other plant or a non-human animal, what would it be if you had a choice?
I would be either my own dog,
Yes.
but that would not be possible if I was dead. A cat. I would be a cat.
Okay. Yeah.
I really am a cat. I never saw myself that way until relatively recently. But I was kind of called out on it, and I realized that like now I will just like flop myself on the couch and like shove my head into my boyfriend's arm and be like, pet me now, pet my head now. And I've turned into a cat. And cats have like, they're free, right? Like when I moved maybe 8 months ago, we had lived in the same place for like 15 years, and we moved and not super far away, only a couple miles. But the cat, we brought her with us, and she decided that she wanted to go back and hang out with her friends in the woods. And we're in town now, and I was going to keep her as an indoor cat because we were in town, and I respect that decision. She somehow got out, and but cats are pretty self-sufficient, and they're clever, and they really I don't know if they care for each other. They're pretty independent and on their own, so whatever. But as a cat, you don't really have the same moral obligations that you do as a human. So I'm gonna be a cat and just kind of fucking roam the woods and kill rodents and climb trees and sleep under logs and do my thing. And occasionally find a human to pet my head.
Exactly. As I say, felines don't care about your facts.
It's true. They really don't give a fuck about anything.
They do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
Then here comes the God question. Vivian Roy, if I don't know, if you find out heaven and God exist, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at your version of the pearly gates at the end of your life?
You were a good mom.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it. That's really that's my whole purpose in life, right? I think.
Okay.
I know having kids, having a family isn't for everybody, but for me, it saved my life because I was on a really, really dark path. And it made me realize that I had to care about someone other than myself. So I was in a bad place and struggling with addiction and all kinds of nasty shit, and pulled me out of it. And my kids are my world to a fault, probably, but that's okay. I'd rather that be my fault.
It's beautiful. I just like to think if you're asking if that's what you want to hear them say, I think that you're on the right track. Hey, good for you. How about then an influential leftist, MadameDefarge? Is there one that you would like to meet, be them dead or alive?
I've been thinking about this question too. Like, I don't know. And I guess, like, is it someone that I define as a leftist, or they define themselves as a leftist?
Yeah, you can answer it any way you like.
Yeah,
there's no hard, fast rules.
I mean, I don't know if other people would consider... fuck, I don't know. I really don't know. Bernie. I know he's leftist, but I actually believe that he's a lot further left than he says publicly. That's my personal opinion. I do have a funny Bernie story, actually. I kind of met him, but not really. I was at I was at a very early campaign rally for the 2016 election, and it was afterwards, and I was trying to shake his hand and kind of get up towards the thing. It was a pretty small venue, but lots of people trying to shake his hand, and I kind of had my arm reached over the gate thing, and he was going along shaking hands, and he was talking to one person, and he kind of like absentmindedly stuck his hand out like towards my hand, and so I shook it, but then and I didn't let go. And I just fucking held on to his hand. He's
mine now.
It was so
Did you like throw a Pokeball at him? Gotta catch this dude.
So creepy. I was just like, and he was like, there were like people in between us. So like he couldn't even see who it was that was holding his hand. And I was just like I'm like, I'm just gonna like take some of his goodness by osmosis. And finally I let go. But it felt like I was holding his hand for like 5 minutes. It was probably like 20 seconds, but still that's like awkwardly long. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a ton of people from history. Charles Dickens.
Okay.
He was, for his time, incredibly progressive and managed to use his fiction as a vehicle for getting the upper classes to recognize the actual hardships of the poorest people. And I would love to talk to him about that. And because I really, truly believe that fiction is a great way to make people who are otherwise not open to listening to things, not open to recognizing problems. It's a great way to get them inside the hearts and minds of people who are suffering. They don't want to realize this is actually happening in the real world, but or they feel like they're being accused if it's brought up in a political context. But when you're reading a book or watching a movie or a show, and you gradually get to know these people, and then you can understand their plight, and you can understand, oh, these are actually fucking humans, not just them. They're not just these numbers. You know, they are all like this, they are all like that. The poors are poor because they do drugs and they don't know how to invest their money. You know, when you realize the actual struggles that people go through, and fiction is a great vehicle for making people realize that everyone is an individual human with needs and feelings and struggles of their own. So yeah. I don't think he would consider himself a leftist, and he's probably not. I don't know, but for his time, he was. So
okay,
yeah,
okay, beautiful. Then let's keep chugging along. Well, MadameDefarge, what do you think they would think about you or the world, or what would you hope they would say?
Oh gosh. I think Charles Dickens would tell me to fucking write more.
Okay.
And spend less time playing Stardew Valley and more time writing.
Okay.
So yeah, get up off your ass and do it. I have this chronic feeling that I'm not doing enough. Even though I'm work 2 jobs and, I don't know. I sometimes when I'm on Twitch or I'm watching Twitch or streaming, whichever, I'm like, oh, I'm wasting my time. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. So I don't know. Yeah, I feel like that though. I feel like any of my leftist kind of role models would be like, do more. Maybe not, but I think that's probably what they'd say to me. Okay. So I got to do more.
I didn't say it. You said it. But, okay. What do you think you, given the chance, would ask them? Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens?
Or anyone. Anybody. I'm sorry. You mentioned before.
No, that's
you can take this any way you like.
Yeah. I would say, where do I start? I would ask where I start, and should I go to law school? I've always wanted to go to law school, and then other times I'm like, fuck, money aside, like I know I would put myself into perpetual debt, right? But I'm already there because I went to college and finished my degree as an adult, and I'm so far into debt that it's like my monthly pay by how much you earn is less than the monthly interest. So I'm like, fuck it. It'll die when I die. Like, whatever. It is what it is. So what's more student loan debt, really? I don't know. I think about it a lot, and then other parts of me are like, well, that would probably be a little difficult. So I don't know. I might ask them, should I, or should I just go with what I am and work from there? And how do you do it? Right? That's probably the biggest question. How do you do it? With people like Bernie and AOC, how do you stay within this and think about it and spend so much time thinking about all of these problems and all of these huge issues without getting doomer, without getting absolutely overwhelmed with the constant uphill battle? I have to step back so frequently and just kind of take care of my own mental health. So I don't know how people who do this eat, live, sleep, breathe, working towards progress. I don't know how they keep doing it. It's I admire it. I'm not sure if I could. So I want to know how. How do you keep fighting constantly and put yourself out there and make yourself a target? And I just I want to know how.
Would be interesting given the chance to ask. So, MadameDefarge, one last question in the Leftist Inquisition. Do you have any streamer advice or tips for beginning or advanced or whatever?
Wow. Well, don't expect to get rich quick. Do it because you love it, and enjoy yourself. Right? If you're not enjoying yourself, find a way to make it fun for you. I feel like I get back a lot more from my viewers than I give, which I'm eternally grateful for. I have, we have such an amazing community here. And I feel better at the end of a stream. I feel exhausted, but not because people are exhausting, right? I feel exhausted because I've been mentally, emotionally stimulated and getting into amazing conversations and the kindness. So I would say, make those connections and pay attention to people. This isn't the MadameDefarge, central show. It's kind of all of our thing together, right? It's a cult, but we all we all participate. Don't stress about the followers and the subbies and stuff. It'll happen or it won't, but it doesn't define your worth as a human being or your worth as a leftist. How many people you have watching at any given time. God knows there's so many streamers that I want to be able to watch and support, and but I also have to do my life stuff, right? And work and family and housekeeping and self-care. So don't take it personally when we have one or two viewers for an entire stream. It's not the end of the world. It's just that people have stuff going on, and just keep enjoying yourself, because that really comes across, I believe. The streamers that I watch are the ones like you who, you're having fun, and you're vulnerable, right? You don't come up and always have this I'm Jan and I'm perfect all the time. Yeah. You have your moments where you're like, oh, fuck, I need to take a break. That I think the term parasocial relationship is often used in a very negative way. But it can also be a positive thing, right? And I think it's less para, right? It's less fake. on Twitch because it is a two-way street, right? It's not just you talking at us and us sitting here imagining, some level of connection. Like there is a connection between the viewers and the streamers and the viewers and the viewers and chat. And it's meaningful, like I've made some actual friends through here, and I love that. So I feel like I kind of ran off course with the answer to the question.
No, lots of good nuggets in there. No, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Really good shit.
And don't get too worried about the technical stuff.
Yeah.
Like I've realized, I want my stream to be as awesome as yours, technically speaking, right? It's going to take time. But the bottom line is viewers will forgive you for making mistakes. We're all human. So don't worry about your background or your labels. As long as people can hear you and you can effectively chat with them, those are the basics. Everything from there, just work on it as it goes. It's progress. So people are very forgiving, and the people who are assholes about it, fuck them, ban them.
Exactly.
Somebody's being a jerk, ban them. Goodbye. Fuck off. Go away. I don't need you. I do not need you. I am not so desperate for viewers that I'm going to put up with your bullshit. So
I don't need abuse.
Nope.
Either. It's not my favorite thing. Well, MadameDefarge. Vivian Roy, this brings us to the end of my portion of the Leftist Inquisition. Now is time for your questions, including chat. Chat, if you see any questions in chat that you're willing to answer.
I don't have the stream up because I didn't want to be distracted.
Okay.
Because I am super ADD, so I will open up your
and
your page again and look at chat.
This is also time for your questions for me. We have some time to chat.
All right.
Though I do have probably a hard stop at about 5 minutes till.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I can't, since I just joined, I'm not seeing anything that's already in chat, but if there is anything in chat.
I'm not seeing anything.
Okay. Yeah, so questions for you. Okay. In the spirit of leftist unity, I started thinking a couple weeks ago about, and I'm learning to do the sound effects, right? In Touch Portal, got my Touch Portal set up, got it upgraded, getting used to using it. So which one of your tier 1 emotes would you like to have a sound effect in my chat? And what would that sound effect be?
Oh, well, probably the one
I want to start doing that
I'd use
with
the most.
Everybody.
Yeah, the one that I'd probably use the most is Love Your Face.
Yeah.
So it's iDanSimpson, Love Your Face with a capital L. Otherwise the one that's is Hey, iDanSimpson Hey.
Okay.
I don't know. Either one of those.
What sound effects? What would be fun?
It could be like you saying either of the things that I say from the sound effect on my channel. Maybe it could be you saying "Love Your Face." You could sort of like do an impression of it, or the other. Yeah. Or the other one is "Hey guys," right? That's the other one.
Okay.
So maybe in your own voice or something.
Very cool. Very cool. And I want to invite other streamers to pop into my stream whenever they want and let me know what their favorite emotes are of their own. Because it would be great to kind of mix it up and make it more of a community interactive thing. At least for now, while my stream is small. If it gets a lot bigger, I may have to.
Hey, there was one thing I was thinking actually for you. Someone mentioned it in the chat, and I didn't realize you were having this issue. If you want, you can use OBS, and you can for doing what we're doing right now, and send your OBS signal. It's called a virtual camera, and there's a little button next to the Start Recording button, and by the Studio Mode button, and then that'll send a virtual signal which you can pull in through Skype or Zoom or any of these other things, and you could use that as your video signal. Which, if you want, you could use instead of this green screen effect. You can actually do your own green screen effect in OBS and then send that out. So that's like what I'm doing. I'm sending you a WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get, and so yeah. Yeah. So
Cool.
I'm just saying, yeah, if you ever wanted to do that in the future.
All right. Thanks.
That's a freebie. That one's on the house.
Let's
That's on the
see.
White House. Thank you, Joe Biden.
Oh, Patronum. By the way, I want to say a huge thank you to Patronum 84.
Hey.
Because we had I kept saying I'm not a boomer, and then I kept hearing it in Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice saying it like it's not a tumor.
I'm not a boomer.
Patronum, yeah, exactly. So Patronum actually went out and got a sound effect for me of an Arnold impersonator saying I'm not a boomer. Was. And so I want to thank you in front of, a wider audience, because that was really so kind and so awesome. And great. Dennis E. Taylor, I freaking love Dennis Taylor. Okay. The We Are Legion series is amazing.
Okay.
Scribbles Hearts, hello.
How do you
did you hear what Elon Musk is going to make for NASA? I did not. Oh, shut up, Z. Oh, my God. You're a fucking brat. All right.
What's going on?
All right. So I only recently started showing my tattoos on stream. And this is back from my years of debauchery and heavy drug use, all right? And I worked in a tattoo shop. I did tattoos, I did piercings, and we would get bored. And I don't know if you can see them, but
dangerous when you're bored,
there's this little planet moon thing and some rockets that look more like other things. So so I mentioned that on stream once, and now Z teases me about it. So, and I said that I would unilaterally ban him from everything if he ever mentioned it again.
Oh, look out!
Which I won't. I won't. But it's fun to joke about.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I got a question. I don't know if you want to handle this one. I think you might be able to share some wisdom. Wendy Nerd's asking, how do you deal with bad faith actors in chat when you cover politics? And you just want to try that one?
So I tend to steer away from the politics category. Whenever I use that category instead of just chatting, that's when I get the real assholes. I try not to appear flustered, first of all. I did have one where there were a couple of people kind of came in the chat, and I actually didn't catch it right away. Fortunately, I had a really good group of people in chat who handled it, not handled it for me, but were like, hey, so by their responses, I was like, oh shit, I need to, figure out what's going on here. Banned them. And then they attacked my Discord, but the group of people that were there were really helpful and actually kind of walked me through what I needed to do to get them out of my Discord. Yeah. And it was very cool. So, I was lucky enough to, the time that it really happened badly was to, I had the support of some people in chat who were more experienced with it. They come in and out, but as you can kind of see them coming, right? And I've learned by, watching, mostly I've learned how to deal with it by watching other streamers, right? Watching you deal with people. I have a very, very low bar for tolerance of it. I don't play with them. I don't have the energy or the time or the desire to play with my food. I will just fucking throw it in the trash. Go away. If you're going to be a dick, if you're, and people who come in, the biggest signal to me is people who come in and ask a totally random question. Yeah. Totally random question. That's the first alert. And, I just say, hey, thanks for the question. Not what we're talking about right now. Feel free to join the current discussion. And if they don't respect that, I am ready to ban as soon as something bad comes out of it. Something truly, egregious happens. Just pretend not to be flustered. That's what I try to do. Because what do they want? They want to get a rise out of you, right? They want to see you get all, oh my God, what do I do? Help. or get angry or whatever. So, yeah, that's how I deal with them personally. Mm-hmm. But I'm having a hard time reading the chat because one of my contacts ripped.
No problem. So drawing your boundaries.
Yeah.
Just like with any adult relationship, drawing your boundaries, letting them deal with it. If they have a fucking problem with it, it's their problem. If it's, if they demonstrate right off the bat, they don't give a shit about your boundaries. They've demonstrated to you that they're not going to be of value to you. They can go away, and they've deserved a ban, if not some time off.
Right. Also, having good mod, is always awesome. I certainly don't expect mods to always be there and be in chat when I'm streaming, but I am lucky to have Hildebeest as one of my mods, and she wields that sword without fear. And yeah, so I'm very lucky.
Okay. Good shit. Any other questions for me or anything else from chat?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Well, Vivian Roy, MadameDefarge, we've invited you here in the spirit of building leftist unity, strength, and power. A little bit of spirit in there. I'm gonna have some spirits, and in the same spirit, you've done just a beautiful job of sharing your story and your experience and some really helpful tips. I think a lot of people are going to get a lot out of our chat. Awesome. and what you've shared with us today. So thank you again. Love your face, comrade. We will see you soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you again. Peace now. Okay. Whoops. Okay. I think it's okay. MadameDefarge. Hey, YouTube. You're watching a clip from my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/iDanSimpson, where you can follow for free and subscribe for only $5 a month. Thanks for watching.